As we get older, our bodies get tighter and stiffer, and it's as if year on year golf just gets that little bit harder. And then frankly, it doesn't help that when you go onto YouTube and you look at all these coaches, they're talking about, getting as open as possible, huge amount of side bend, these super young athletic movements. Well, what about you guys at home who are maybe lacking flexibility? Maybe you're getting older, your body's getting stiffer, it can't do what it used to do. You still have every right to enjoy this game, love this game, play good golf, and hit the ball with good distance. So today I'm going to build you a nice simple step-by-step guide. That's a swing that's going to be a lot more user-friendly. Now, what this swing is based around is, number one, a really nice, easy-to-use setup that is going to encourage just a little bit more freedom of rotation. Now from there, in the backswing, we're then going to talk through two key elements. Now those two key elements are, number one, ensuring that the pelvis moves correctly in my guidelines, which I'm going to lay out. And number two is actually just making sure you can generate hand depth, so good hand depth. Now we're going to talk through things like lifting the lead heel, all of these different things that can make just rotation a little bit easier. Now the Goldilocks, the key thing with this is the downswing, is getting you in a really nice delivery position to then where you come through, you can just push yourself up away from the ground and allow your arms to really generate a lot of speed. I'm not going to be getting you into these crazy side bend positions. And this swing is going to be so much easier. I've taught this to hundreds of senior golfers. They seem to love it. They hit these lovely high draws. They hit the ball higher, further. They enjoy the game more. And frankly, it's just an easier swing to do. So let's jump into the first bit, which is looking at the setup. Now I'm going to focus on two separate things. And the reason for these is, number one of them is going to massively help you with your freedom of rotation. And the other one is going to help you ensure that you can release the club consistently without thinking. And this is going to help you generate more speed. Because remember, when we get older, we've got to generate speed slightly different ways. What I see a lot of senior golfers get wrong is, number one, they set up with the left arm a little bit bent. It's also turned slightly as a right-handed golfer to the left. And from here, from this position, they look like this with their arms. So kind of a weak left hand grip, more of a neutral right hand grip. And then from there, their arms are a little bit out of position. So now from here, I can't release the club. I can't use my wrists. I can't use my forearms. I can't let this club, sort of like a catapult, slingshot. I can't let it slingshot out to develop that sort of snap club head speed. So how do we ensure that we get into this good position? Well, what I want you to do is imagine you're holding a steering wheel. Now that steering wheel's got a little clock face around it. So you've got 12 o'clock straight up, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I want you to hold that steering wheel with both hands, turn it slightly to 1 o'clock. Now as I'm doing that, you can see my left arm is sort of turning inward slightly, left shoulder coming up, and the right shoulder is doing the opposite. It's turning sort of outward slightly and coming down, the right shoulder coming down. So if I now do that here, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, turn it to 1 o'clock, you can now see in this position, if I grip the club with my left arm's a lot straighter. It promotes a little bit of a neutral to slightly stronger left hand grip. And from here, if I just let my arm go to here and just down, you can see how it naturally wants to let my arm release. Reason being is when I've turned it to sort of 1 o'clock here and I let my arms relax, see how they turn back to the left? Well, if I do that with a golf club, that's me squaring the face. That's going to help you get a lot of speed. So then from there, 1 o'clock, awesome. Left hand's at a good spot. You can see the right bicep sort of pointing more towards you. Ben Hogan used to promote this motion. Why? Because again, it's going to allow you to start to naturally release the club a lot better. It's also going to help you if you struggle with like a chicken wing, anything like that, or slicing the ball. It's going to massively help you with that. Now, the second thing is posture. Posture is crucial, massively overlooked. Now, posture, a good posture position is going to help you with what I class as freedom of rotation. Now, for senior golfers, and you're going to see this a lot today, rotating correctly is more important in the backswing than it is for you guys in the downswing, because it's going to help us set us up in a great delivery position. I'll explain that as we go through. But we need to have the right posture. So if you look anything where your glutes are too far behind your heel, and how far is too far behind the heels, if the back edge of your butt is anything more than a club head width behind your heel line, then guess what? Your posture is not correct. Now, as well as that, if you see any sort of curvature to your lower back, or anything to where you just look off balance, maybe your feet are way too far underneath you and you look something like this, or maybe you're the other way and you're sort of falling too far forwards, it's going to make rotation very, very tricky. So the way I want you to find this is, number one, grab the club with your new arm position that's going to help you generate way more speed, square the face up, stand nice and tall, lock out your legs, and then imagine somebody has stood behind you right here. Now what I want you to do is lower your arms down so that this is sort of parallel to your belt buckle. Now from here, Keep the legs locked out. Don't let your butt push back, because otherwise you would touch the imaginary person standing behind you. And feel like you can actually just let your back just round forwards until the club touches the ground, just like so. And as you can see, I did actually let my upper back round and slightly curve, because that gives us a little bit more freedom of movement. It gives us a little bit more range of motion to turn in the backswing. Now from here, unlock your legs, so just uncrack them, and you can see this is a really nice setup position right here to where I can turn beautifully. Now, if you do struggle with generating a good amount of backswing hip rotation, if you want a little bit of an added bonus, just drop that trail foot back slightly. Just gives you sort of a little bit of a head start. It's like starting a 100-meter race 10 meters down the line. So it just gives you that little bit of a head start. So those are the two setup things. Get your arms in the right position, get your posture right. That's going to start you off on your journey of creating just a simpler golf swing. Here's what this will look like. It's a nice position here. I'll do my best example of this senior swing, and let's hit a shot for you right here. Let's now move on to the backswing. And the two key elements we're going to look at here is number one, how are the hips moving? And number two, hand depth. Now, the most important part of this is how the hips move. And I have some simple checkpoints that I want you to follow and use as a guideline for you. So film your swing from the face-on view. Then from there, chuck that video into any sort of editing app you can use, Skillist, OnForm, Coach Now. There are loads of apps out there that you can analyze your swing in. And what I want you to do is draw two lines down, one down your right hip, one down your left hip. Now, if you're working your pelvis correctly, you will see that at the top of the backswing, the left glute will be touching the left line, and the trail hip would have created some space between itself and the trail line. Now, if you're working your hips incorrectly and therefore making the golf swing way harder for yourself, and you're going to have to rely more on big motions, which are a lot harder to do when you're more of a senior golfer, is you will see the pelvis work laterally. So whether the right hip's touching that trail line or even swayed through it, now you're going to have a massive push. You're going to have to shift your weight more on the way down, way too hard to do, and it's just going to make life so much harder for yourself. How do we train this? Well, an exercise that I like to do is I like to get golfers to set up to the golf ball and imagine somebody's hand is on their right hip. Now what you're then going to do is you are then going to turn in the backswing and feel like you move your right hip away from that hand, and you're going to try and create some space right there. Now some golfers, especially if you're hitting off grass, you can place an alignment stick in the ground here and have it so it's sort of resting right there on your hip. You can make a backswing and try and create some space between that right hip and the alignment. A secondary exercise to do is set up to the golf ball, turn, and then look behind you, because when you do this, often your head's going to stay in a nice centered circle. You're not often going to shift off and then look behind you this way. It feels very uncomfortable. There's a lot of straining in the neck. So just turn to the top, look behind you here. You're going to feel a lot more in between your feet. Your pelvis is going to have moved a lot more efficiently. Now, as you can tell, I'm 27. My hips are moving pretty free and easy. So a lot of you might not be able to achieve that position. So if you're a golfer who is struggling with hip turn, what are some little things that we could do to make rotation a lot easier? Well, the first one is nail your posture. The second one is drop that right foot back. Another one that I haven't mentioned is actually flare your right foot. If you flare your right foot, it makes ankle mobility a lot more or a lot greater, so it's easier for you to turn. But the big one, the one that I absolutely love, is allowing senior golfers to lift that lead heel. Let that heel come up off the ground. You do not have to keep that foot planted down. Let that heel come off the ground. As long as the left glute is touching that lead line and the trail hip's created some space, I don't care if that foot's planted or if that heel's off the ground. I have no preference whatsoever. It's whatever is easiest for you. The key is that when you lift that heel, you don't let your body sway laterally, because if you do, you're making life so much harder for yourself on the way down. So that's the pelvis movement. Get that right is going to then make shifting on the way down so much easier, and you're going to have to rely less on timing. Now, if you do this as well, it makes the second part, which is generating good hand depth, way easier. So what is that? Well, if I then turn to the top of the backswing right here, and you've worked your pelvis correctly, you should now naturally see that the butt end of the grip is pretty much over or maybe slightly behind the heel line at the top of the backswing. If you're in that position, then guess what? It is going to be so much easier to just shift and get the club coming down into a great delivery position here. Where golfers, especially senior golfers, go wrong is, like I say, they move the pelvis incorrectly, so they work laterally. Then from there, the arms will then sort of pick up into this position. So now to get the club onto plane, they've got to have a huge shift and they've got to reroute that club massively. The older you get, the harder that becomes to time. So just moving that pelvis more naturally and then turning to the top is going to get you into an awesome position right there. Now, a great exercise just to ensure the arms are working correctly once you've got the pelvis correctly is to grab something like a glove or a head cover and place it underneath the lead arm. So I have an alignment stick head cover right here. I'm going to place that underneath the left armpit, and what I want to do is make a swing. I'm in this nice sort of senior setup position right here and turn and keep that head cover under my arm. You can see it gets the left arm connected to the body, hands in a nice deep position to then where I can release the club in a great delivery spot right there, and I can release the club freely on the way down. So if I play that one back, you can see I had great pelvis movement, got my arms in a nice deep position, club laid out beautifully, and I hit a nice little draw right there. So now let's talk about the downswing. And the beautiful thing is here, if we've set the backswing up correctly, you're hitting all the checkpoints, pelvis movement, and the depth. This is all going to happen supernaturally. So all I then have to do is give you the checkpoints and the drills to help you feel this great position. So what are we going to be seeing happen? Well, from the front on view, if I'm at a good position at the top, we're going to see a lateral shift of a couple of inches back to the left side. So my weight shift is going towards the target. Now, as this happens, we are going to see that the arms then drop down very quickly. The club head is going to be slightly behind the hands and the toe of the club is going to be roughly pointing up to the sky. You can also see the hands are roughly in line with the edge of the right leg right there. So when I am doing this, to me, it feels like two things are happening. Number one, it feels like there's a little weight shift, and number two, it feels like the arms are dropping down. What it doesn't feel like, and I cannot stress this enough, is it doesn't feel like I'm turning. And that's going to be crucial, especially for you senior golfers who don't have the flexibility. I am telling you here, you don't need to have that much rotation in transition. There will be some naturally, because there always is, but it'll feel like there's not a lot of rotation. It'll feel more like a weight shift coupled with the arms dropping to get the club into a good position. So then from there, we can then just push out of the ground, throw our arm across our body, and hey presto, we're in our pretty much amazing impact position, generating a lot of speed. So how can we train this first bit, this good delivery position? Well, what I want you to do is go to the top of your backswing, or first of all, what I want you to do is grab an alignment stick and place it just outside your trail foot at a slight angle. Then from there, all I want you to do is turn to the top, get in a good position, little waist shift, and drop the club down so it feels like it roughly matches that alignment stick. To the top, little weight shift, arms drop down. So you can see as I'm doing this, I'm just learning what it feels like to get the club into a good position. It feels like my chest is being super patient. The arms are just lowering as I have a tiny weight shift. A very easy motion to do. So once you've done that a couple of times, then give it a hit. Try and feel like you get that club coming down to match that alignment stick there, and then just swing all the way through. So let me show you what that looks like right here. So good setup position, arms in the correct spot. Now let's give that a go. So then once you've done that, then it's the final stage, which is just understanding what the trail arm's supposed to do and what the legs are supposed to do. So once we're in this delivery position, how do we ensure that we don't just sort of stall and just sort of scoop at the ball? Two things need to happen. Number one, you need to feel like you push up away from the ground. So you're physically going to feel like you push slightly upwards. As you do this, you will see some rotation of the body. And the second thing is the right arm is going to feel like it throws across the body, as if you're sort of going from this delivery position here and you're trying to shake hands with somebody here. Now, as crazy as it seems, and I wouldn't necessarily do this, it is exactly the same feeling as if I was in this position here, and then I push up with a little bit of turn and I throw the club down the driving range. Hey, why don't we do it? Let's just give it a go. It'll be here, and it'll be push up and throw, just like that. Now, obviously, don't go throwing your club, but that's the analogy. That's a great feeling. That's what allows you to move your low point past the ball, and then that shaking hands feeling as you're just pushing up out of the ground is gonna get that club face releasing. Now, this is your speed. It's gonna be a lot of your speed right there. We can generate a hell of a lot of speed through our hands and arms and our wrists. Now, a good exercise for you to do, don't chuck the club down the driving range. I mean, you can do, but I wouldn't recommend it. But what I would recommend recommend players do is set up in their setup position, take their left hand off and put it on their trail shoulder, and now feel like as you come down, you can sort of put a little bit of pressure back into that right shoulder to prevent it from firing forwards. And then from there, just do a swing where you feel like you let that arm just sort of throw across your body, and you can really feel like the right hand is rolling over. And you can even see at the top of the follow through here, I've got the butt end of the grip pointing down towards the target. If I'm chicken winging, it will look like this. The butt end of the grip will sort of point down to the ground or even over there behind me that way. Not what we want to see. We want to be here. Keep that right shoulder back. Let that arm throw across the body. Get the butt end of the grip pointing towards the target. Once you've done that a couple times, to the top, good delivery. Let it throw across, butt end of the grip towards the target right there. So then if I piece all of it together, and again, I'm not expecting you to learn this all in one go. This is just a nice, simple step-by-step guide you can do over the next year or two to develop this super easy swing. Get into that good setup position, good top of backswing, delivery, let the arm throw across, butt end of the grip down towards the target, just like this. So if you could do those things, things are going to get so much easier for you. It's going to give you more speed. You can see I can generate so much flash speed there, releasing the club. Now, if you have questions about this, please ask away. If you want more senior specific videos, drop it down below. And if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you back here soon.